Hi, and welcome to Bucco Banter on Herald-Standard.com. I'm your host, Rob Burchianti, as usual, and with me back from a long layoff is Jonathan Guth.
Yeah, Rob, like the Pirates, I kind of disappeared.
Yeah, yes, and they have, I don't know if it's bad luck because you've been away or what, but the Pirates' collapse just continues to get worse and worse, and it looks almost extremely similar to last year. And Jonathan, I was talking last week how the problem is everything. I mean, it's the pitching. Hurdle's not pressing all right buttons anymore. The hitters went in the tank. The one game they had where they scored 9 runs, they gave up 13. They just do whatever it takes to lose the thing. I mean, is there any one thing you see with this team that's causing this collapse, or is it just, as I said, everything?
I think 162 games tells the story. They were a bad team playing at the best of their abilities for, I guess, 4 months. Well, I guess we could say 5 months. And they weren't playing great, I mean, but everybody was kind of chipping in, unsung heroes stepping up, guys having career starts on the mound. And when they played the Cubs and had that horrific loss with the 7 errors and A.J. Burnett.
Hey, a game that I went to.
Yeah. And I went to
My family was very entertained.
I went to a Cubs game as well, so I guess the Cubs are, I don't know, the Pirates make the Cubs look like the Yankees. And just, I don't know really except to say that I guess the true colors are finally shown. That's all I can think of. I can't say it's anything in particular. And as much as we like Hurdle, he's only had really one really winning season, and that was the year he took the Rockies. I could be wrong on that, but
yeah, he did take the Rockies to the World Series. They had that tremendous finish where they won like 20 out of 21 games or some kind of terrific stretch like that. We're not seeing that right now from him.
Yeah, and since then, I mean, maybe he got teams to play a little bit better than their potential, but he's still a losing manager, really. He's kind of fits in with the Pirates lately.
Yeah, and one thing that's really come of light lately is they're fundamentally not very good, and they cannot throw anybody out at all. The Milwaukee stole 7 bases on them the other day. If it's not, I mean, A.J. Burnett's horrific at holding on. We all know that. He's even admitted he doesn't even barely look at the runner. But everybody else should be able to. They should have a chance with everybody else on the mound, and they just can't throw. Rod Barajas and McHenry, they're just horrible at throwing people out of there. It's the pitcher's fault. It's both their fault. I think this is something. I don't know what you think, but next year in spring training, they better get on this right away, and that better be the thing they stress in spring training, because even their pitcher McPherson, who was making his first major league start, I was listening on pregame a little bit, and he said that while we concentrate on the batter's the most important thing, the batter. Well, okay, that's nice, but you can't give a guy an automatic double every time he's on base. I mean, I think this is just
I would agree, and there's a lot of excuse making going on. Well, we're still a good ball club. This and that. We got a chance. I mean, I know that's like the right thing to say to the media, but there is no chance at the playoffs, and I would be willing to go to Vegas right now and put some money that the Pirates will not have a winning season. I don't know what we're going at odds-wise, but it's a pretty good bet they're not going to do it. Yeah,
by the time you see this, they may be at 500 or below, depending on when you see this. But I mean, I look at the schedule. Let me see. Let me see here.
You got the Brewers.
Wait, September 4th, September 5th, September 15th, and September 17th. There's your 4 victories this month that we have for the Pirates. I mean, they're just on a horrendous slide.
And it's just. I really didn't think, like, when they were 16 above, I said, okay, maybe they wouldn't get the playoffs, or maybe, they collapse, but for sure they'll break that 82. And now they may win. It may be like they may lucky if they win 80. I mean.
Yeah, you want to go right now, as I said last week, the playoffs.
75 right now.
They're only about 3 games out, whatever it'll be, 3 or 4. But the thing is, this is not a playoff team, as I stated last week. This is a team you hope that can scratch and claw their way to 500. I'm thinking maybe that's a problem right now because they're in the playoff race, so they're gagging and choking so badly. Maybe if they were completely out of the playoff race, they might settle down and play some decent baseball and get to 500. But right now, yeah, I'm with you. I don't see this team finishing 500.
Now, we can delve into this more as the season ends because we would talk about the future. Now, they will win more games than they did last year, so that's improvement. But if they come in next year and just are awful, then all this is for naught, and maybe Huntington needs to be let go. Well, usually I don't scapegoat, but I don't know what else you can do. There's got to be some changes.
Yeah, like I said, I don't want to blame Hertel too much, and I will say this: they did improve, but here's the problem. If you start out next year, and even after 2 collapses like this, they could go 40-10 next year, and everyone's going to say, "Well, so what? You collapse every year. You're going to." I don't even, I don't know what they could do. They have everyone all into it now. Everyone's all excited, and now 2 years in a row, and then they collapse. I mean, next year, I can't see them having the same enthusiasm from the fans that they did this year. I just don't think it'll be there.
I don't think the fan support will be there. It may be a long time before we ever see winning baseball in Pittsburgh. The formula's not there. They don't make the right decisions, and they just don't perform. It's just a bad team, and unfortunately it's going to continue. I know this was our negative episode, but
I don't want to be that negative.
Yeah,
I mean, but you're going to have to wait for these pitchers to come up from the minors, some of these big aces.
Andrew McCutchen.
And get another hit and get another hitter.
And McCutchen, he's been sliding, but he's been hitting a little better lately. So we'll just have to see how it goes. By this time next week, when we could be talking about another losing season.
Probably, but we'll see. The season's winding down, and if that's just a huge drastic turnaround. The Pirates aren't going to make the playoffs this year, and 500 is really in jeopardy right now. We'll talk to you next week on Bucco Banter.